Everybody, thank you for tuning into this video. I'd like to ask you one question. Have you ever been to a motivation training program where you've been totally inspired to make a change in your life and you've been all excited, yes, I'm going to do that. And then you go home and you find the kids around your feet, the dishes to do, the same old routines, and so you begin to fall back into the same old habits again and you don't end up making any changes at all? Well, this happens to most people, and I'm going to tell you why. And my name is Athol Park, and my partner's name is Pearl Yo, and we run training programs that help people to refocus their lives and to move forward with a new and clear motivation. Now, Rick Collingwood, one of Australia's leading hypnotherapists, has provided this training room for us at the Australian Academy of Hypnosis. But that doesn't mean that you need to be a hypnotherapist in order to be able to attend. This program is actually designed for anybody and everybody. If it was possible to stimulate the organs in your body and create a new cellular structure for yourself, would you be interested? And secondly, if you could refocus your life, overcome your negative emotions that are holding you back and sabotaging you so that you can move forward and be empowered to do whatever it is that you really want to do in your life, would that be a benefit to you? Now, if you answered yes to any of those questions, then this workshop might be for you. Because, do you know that the biggest problem people have is that they don't realise that the emotional blockages that they have are not created in their mind. They are actually created in their body. Because in your body you have organs that have physical functions as well as having mental functions. And connecting all of these organs in your body are channels of energy that are called meridians. Now, the Chinese have known about these meridians and the energy flows for thousands of years. But it's really only been in the last 10, 15 years, maybe 5 years, that in the West we've developed the techniques and the tools for being able to actually measure the energy that's in the body. And so we've been able to realistically monitor the effects of using acupressure that re-energize the meridians of the body. And what happens is that when you re-energize the meridians at certain points, it stimulates the production of endorphins that then create APT, which fires up the immune system and creates a much faster healing process inside of your body. But before I tell you more about the technique, I want to tell you about an experience I had a couple of months ago. There was one person sitting over in the corner of the room that had a really sort of sad, forlorn expression on his face, and he actually had his cap pulled down over his eyes so that you could just barely see him, and his face was unshaved, his clothes were dirty and untidy, and he looked very forlorn, lost and lonely. He said his name was Ben, and his parents were alcoholics. So when he was born, he had a lot of trouble being absolutely terrified at night time, and so he couldn't sleep. So I explained to Ben that if he wanted to come out and have some sessions, we could do some work with him. I said to him, out of a scale of 0 being you're feeling fantastic, to 10 you're feeling absolutely totally depressed and almost suicidal, where would you say you would be on that scale? And Ben said he was around about an 8. And then so we did the technique on Ben, and when we finished for the day, I asked Ben, I said, Ben, tell me, on that scale that we did before, 0 being okay and 10 being depressed severely, where would you say you were on the scale now? And he said to me, I would be about a 3. And he was really surprised. We were very pleased. Ben had actually made a change of over 50%. And that's what we're finding is quite common. And it's absolutely remarkable how this works. It's so helpful for people. We just love doing it. Now, the first technique that we're going to be teaching you is one for depression, but it's really for improving your energy. Now, this technique is particularly good for people that are finding it hard to get up and get motivated and get out of bed in the morning and have a positive and focused attitude to their day. The second technique that we're going to be teaching in this workshop is how to remove negative thinking patterns. And the third technique that we're going to teach you is how to overcome your anxiety and fears. So I expect by now you want to know a bit more about the training. And I can tell you that it's on the 15th of November, that's Sunday the 15th of November, and it's being held at the Australian Academy of Hypnosis. The value for this workshop is $4.95. However, we are offering this workshop at $245. From our experience, we've found that when you do this sort of training program with a buddy or with a friend or with a family member and maybe a spouse, then you both move on together, you both learn together, and you can help and support one another, and you actually accelerate your healing process. And in a moment I'll put those details up on the screen for you so that you can write them down. And what I would like to do, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and in particular I would like to give thanks to Rick Collingwood for allowing me this opportunity, for supporting me and for encouraging me and for teaching me throughout the year. The years that I've done with Rick, I want to give Rick thank you very much, and wish that we have a very successful event and we can help people to really sincerely make more of a difference in this world. That's my ambition, that's my passion, that's my dream. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you everybody. Goodbye.